Welcome gamers, it's time for some Age of Wonders 4. My name is DasTactic, welcome to the channel, welcome to what will be an extended series actually. I'm going to start to try to put more of these back-to-back type episodes and series together. Probably sort of try to keep the videos to between half an hour and an hour in length. Just so we don't end up with too many actual videos, but still with a lot of content. So anyway, Age of Wonders 4, what an incredible series of games. My favourite series of games forever, basically, since the first one came out 24 years ago. It's an incredible series, and Age of Wonders 4 really is the pinnacle. I've got all the DLCs installed. I'm not going to spend too much time going through what they all are and what they all do. If you're into Fantasy 4X, do yourself a favour and grab Age of Wonders 4. If you're into procedural maps and procedural generation, grab Age of Wonders 4. If you like tactical battles, grab Age of Wonders 4. The tactical battle system in Age of Wonders 4 is one of these things that you either love it or hate it. Not hate it, but it either really scratches an itch for you, which it does for me, or it's one of these things where you think, oh, it's just too hard, or it's too long, or whatever else it might be. You can automate the battles so you don't have to play them out. I love playing the tactical battles in the game. So you play on an over map, like an overworld, and I will treat this as not a tutorial as such, but I will try to explain the game for people who haven't played Age of Wonders before. All three of you. No, I'm only joking. I know there's a lot of people who haven't really ever got into Age of Wonders. They may be daunted by it. Don't be daunted by the game. The game is exceptional. We're going to be playing in a sort of in a story frame of mind. We're not going to be trying to min-max things. We're not going to be trying to get the absolute best out of everything. We will in the tactical battles, and I'll explain why I'm doing certain things when we get to the tactical battles, because that's a big part of the enjoyment for me, but also I know it's a massive source of frustration for some people who just really struggle to get past that initial learning of how to do the tactical battles. So we'll certainly be covering that ad infinitum in this particular series. So anyway, strap yourselves in. There's a new or newish way of playing the game. Very, very random, very procedural, very, very fun. So we're going to go into that one. We're going to go into a new game. We're going to, instead of choosing story realms or challenge realms or just creating our own realm to then go, this is the map creation essentially, and the game creation. We've now got a new thing or newish thing called Unknown Realm, but this is getting better and better and better over time. And so if we go and click on Unknown Realm, what it does is there's different traits that you can actually then sort of apply to the realm. Now this is the same as when you're trying to generate a realm, but it will now randomly choose based on the unknown traits setting that you have down through here. So select the complexity of the traits that will be picked for unknown traits in the realm. Now we've got simple, which will keep it sort of like fairly innocuous, and I would suggest that's probably a good way to start. And or like someone like me who I love this game, but I still prefer maps that aren't crazy with certain things happening. So for me, I'm going to change that to simple anyway, but you can go to normal or complex. I'll just play it on simple. That means that we're not going to have dramatic traits in the actual world that's generated for us. The difficulty I will ramp up though to hard. That will make it a little bit more difficult for us to expand. I'll take the players down to 4, and that's it. We can also, if there's certain traits that you really don't like, and you can open this one up. You've got the geography traits. These are all the traits that you then have. So you can pick and choose which ones will be selected that the game will select from. There's a few of the presence traits can really make the game difficult, so you may want to turn them off. Other things that I quite like dormant seals, but I don't really like world seals or active seals. So I'm just going to go and flick those two off, but leave this one on so it can be part of what actually happens. Let's just leave that one there, and we'll just let it choose as it will. So we'll just go and go next. We then come into the faction generation. Now we can create our own faction, or this is another thing that's actually changed a little bit and really quite cool. They're very, very user-friendly now. We're going to go to random faction, but we're not just going to choose the first one that we get. It may be great. The first one may be great, but we're not going to stop here. So this is the hooved arcanists, which is a goatkin, which is one of the new goatkin sort of things. It looks like we've got a hobbit as the leader. Yep, so we've got a hobbit leader back and through there. Wizard King hobbit. I don't dislike the hobbits in this game, I've got to say. I don't love them, but I don't dislike them. So that one may be okay. But one of the great things about this now is we can re-roll. Now, when we re-roll, so we've now picked up a Malkin group with a champion, a sort of leader back in through here. If we think, actually the first one wasn't too bad, I can go back to the first one. I can actually generate as many of these as I like. So I'm just going to go and generate, I'm not sure what the limits are. I've generated over 10. I can't think of what they are. But I think let's just keep on generating a few of these, and we'll just come back and make a bit of a choice. I'll see if there's something that really sort of grabs my attention. We might sort of go with something. But I'm just having a quick look. I'm just generating as we go. Lupine, so we've got sort of like foxes ruled by a cat. Umbral disciples back in through here. So these ones actually sort of work in the Umbral realm. This one here is a Tome of the Tentacle, Goatkin, champion, back in through here. Powerful evokers, feudal, interesting. But you keep on just going, and then if you can end up with sort of like a group of them, and then sort of choose which one you want. I might just pause and just keep on generating until I find one that actually makes me feel like we're going to get a good story out of it. I think we might go with this one, actually. This is a Gloom the Vacant One, which is a Wizard King. So it's because I come in, looks like a Lupine character. So like a wolf wizard. In charge of some Dark Elves. And the Dark Elves are going to have resistance. So they're going to have more magical resistance and athletics. So they actually move, having 40 movement on the world map and in combat. So they're going to be able to move very, very quickly. They're going to be dark. So we're going to have... cities can ignore penalties from low stability. We've got the has higher knowledge income and gains extra income from prisons and crypts, and units specialise in inflicting negative status effects and exploiting them with colour weak. So we end up going a little bit more dark. We've got Perfection Artisans. Now, this little symbol that you see through here means it's come from the Pantheon. As you complete games, you will get then Pantheon points. You can unlock different abilities, and this is one of them, Perfection Artisans. So city structures cost 100% more production, but grant +1 city stability, which doesn't really bother us. We do get extra gold, though, in addition to the normal effects. And racial unit tier 3 units have +1 rank, so they'll become in a little bit stronger, which will be good. Scions of Evil. So in this case, they share a thirst for knowledge and power, thriving in their pursuit of evil. So cities gain +10 draft in your empire, gains +5 Imperium per level of evil alignment. So we want to become as evil as possible. So we'll keep that in mind as we sort of start to sort of move through. Let's just go with it. This looks good. So we now go into the actual. We travel to the realm with our force. Now, I think, do we have Tome of the Root? We started with Underground Adaptation, so we start underground. We had a few things, actually, I should have spoken a little bit about. Actually, no, we didn't start underground. We didn't have Underground Adaptation. We just started underground. That means that the overworld, there must be something interesting going on in the overworld. The fact that we started underground. So it may be that that's one of the settings that we actually ended up having. So we'll see what actually happens, because we don't have any abilities to be underground, and we don't like being underground. So let's just go and I don't think we do. Yeah, so no, we don't. We've got Tome of the Tentacle is the one that we started with, which is going to be fine. We'll just go and click on OK. Now we do actually have Ice Shackles, which we can get straight away. So target enemy unit and one other unit within 2 hexes get frost damage and may become slowed. Or we can get or this is what we currently have, or Constricting Focus. Gain 30% chance of inflicting Constricted for 1 turn. And Constricted, if we hover over that one, is the unit is immobilized and takes 10 damage at the end of its turn. So there's 30% chance with that one through there. This one affects the units of type Battle Mage unit and Support unit, which we will be wanting to get that one. That will be a good one for us to have for our support units, and we'll have a lot of those sorts of mage type units playing as a dark in a dark area. So we have our initial Outrider. Just go and pick up these knowledge, and we should probably just go through. Yeah, here we go. Underground Start revealed. So that was actually one of the traits that we had for the world. So that's actually now civilizations only thrive underground in this realm, forcing the throne cities of each empire underground. Each empire starts underground regardless of any adaptation traits. So we start off there. So it's not great for us, but let's have a look upstairs. And we'll just go and enter. Beautiful, beautiful. We've got a nice area up top here by the looks. So this looks like we will be able to adapt. Let's just see where we are in relation. So we're sort of in the middle. Actually, that's interesting. So we'll be looking for a good place for our second city. There's iron deposit there. We've got mana nodes back over that way. We'll have a bit of a look around with our scout. We're still going to have to make do with our city underground as well. So we're going to have to sort of make good use of that one. Arcane research. So we can conjure tentacle. These are quite cool. We also have a constrictor. A polearm unit capable of pulling in and restraining opponents. And this could be a good one for us to actually have. It's going to be a tier 2 unit. That one may be worth getting early-ish. And we've got the Tendril Labyrinth as well. So this one here is when besieged, conjure 3 tentacle units adjacent to enemy units at the start of battle. But it also does give us 10 gold and 10 city stability. Stability is not that important to us. These can be good. I might just, I might go with the Tendril Labyrinth, just so we can get more gold. All right, production in Slavehold. So this is our city. I will just quickly explain some of the concepts. You can see it's taking an awfully long time to build these. Normally these would be around about 5 or 6 turns. So we're getting the double because of that perfectionist or whatever it is that we actually ended up having. So these take a long time. So it's going to be really, really important that we focus on getting as much production as we possibly can in the city to overcome this. And one of the things we can do, you can see down through here the boosters, like a boost here will reduce the cost by 30% and the time. And that will then, if we build a farm, so we've got a farm booster there. The library is a forester. The shrine is a quarry. The storehouse is a forester. The workshop is a farm, and the town hall 2, the Dread Spire, is having 5 population. So we'll work our way up through there. So the farm is good for that one, and that one there. This one gives us knowledge and gold. This one gives us production and draft. Storehouse would give us growth, which would also be very, very good. So forester would be a good one for us to aim for initially. Quarry. Let's have a quick look and see what we've got around. We do have an iron deposit there, which would be good for a quarry. We've got mana nodes in through there. We do have a gold mine there as well, a gold vein. So we've got a few different things going for us here at Slavehold. Actually, one thing we should just... Can we build a forester? If we just go and click on this one through here. Yeah, we can build a forester there. Although that one looks like there may be something else in here. The fact that we can build a mine may just be where we are. If we can build a forester there ultimately. But we don't want to waste these with foresters. That one there we could, I think, waste. We don't know what's actually up in there just yet. There's some good ones down in here. Definitely want to get like a mine or a quarry. We can't even build a quarry there. That's interesting. Can build a quarry there. I think that we're not going to get the farm initially. I mean, we can build a farm there. Well, it's a hut, actually. Yeah, we can't build the... Yeah, the hut's not really worth getting. Okay, so we're going to have a very, very slow growth here. So we're going to... we're not going to be able to get farms. We may be able to get the forester, which would be okay. Not initially, though. So when we go back to the actual city itself, I'm just trying to think of the boosters we have. So this one here, farm, we're not going to get that one. I might as well start with one of these that we're not going to get a booster for. So the experimentation chamber gives us knowledge and gold. Forester we will get at some point. The shrine is quarry we will get. Storehouse is forester we will get. It's just really the farm. The workshop is also a farm, and this one does give us the production and the draft, which is what we desperately need. So I'm going to go and grab the workshop. even though it's going to take an awfully long time. And also what we'll do is we will start to pick up some of these other units. We've got Dark Warriors that we can pick up, which are sort of like a shock unit. Well, they're not a sort of a shock unit. They are a shock unit. You can see with the with what's in through there. And we have Pursuers. Actually, you know, getting the getting this, the Constrictor, is actually going to be better off. I think we're going to be better off going that way. So let's go and get the Constrictor first. But we need to build up our army. Our army currently consists of 2 of the shock units, the Dark Warriors. We have our Gloom the Vacant one, the ruler in through here. We do actually have a Dark Knight as well, another shock unit. So we've got 3 shock units. We're going to need to get more ranged units, and we're going to need to get other units around to protect the damage around these shock units. We're going to need to get some protection type units. Our hero through here is also just got a feudal longsword and a shield. So he's going to be sort of like just a standard fighter. We can eventually change this, but I think we'll just leave that one where that is for now. So Gloom the Vacant one is also a fighter. So we definitely need range units. So and mage units ultimately for what we're doing through here. So let's just go across and grab Pursuers. So we'll get a Pursuer next in through here. All right, the orders back and through that side. Now, we do actually have some little goodies through here, but we want to go and just explore a little bit. So we've got good movement with a lot of these units. So just have a bit of a look. Actually, can we don't have any Imperium. And one thing we can't actually open that one up yet. Yeah, we need to have 2 more turns before we can actually have a look at that one. Let's just grab one of these and pick up this loot. Okay, we've got a Gore Tusk Piglet. We'll take the reward. I probably don't really want these as such. There's another shock unit, and we've got so many shock units. Just keep on sort of scouting around down in here. I'm going to need to go upstairs as well. I'll send the Dark Knight upstairs. Just so we can sort of get a bit of a feel for what's around. One thing I like to look for is these towers. So you can sort of, if you zoom in, you can then get sort of like a low level and have a bit of a look to see, just get a feel for what's there. That's it upskills different troops that go there. There's another Watchtower there, so we'll send one of the units down to that Watchtower, another Watchtower back through here. These are useful just for getting a bit of a feel for what's around us and discovering about the world. That one unit really can't do much else there. Just move it down this way. I'll send one of these units back up this other side. So we're seeing lava through the middle here, and I'm thinking I might just move this one across into here. We'll just see what else we can discover for our main city. It's going to take a long time for our city to build up. And there's another area there, a iron deposit underneath that. If we open this one up, eventually we're going to be able to then sort of move through into the other zones. There's some sort of unlock there. Okay, dead end. A mana node. Okay, another iron deposit there, I think. Yep.
Hey.
Which is why we could build that other location in there. So it sort of that's the reason we could build that one if we can get rid of that unit there. So there's a few good things in there. That gives us the quarry. Yeah, we've got a couple of quarries we're going to be able to get, which will be certainly very, very helpful for us. Much else we can do with that one. Now we can also come back up this way, but I think I'll just go through the forest, and we'll get to this lookout. And turn here. Some knowledge. Now, we didn't discover anything else about the world, but this is not a bad little world here. There's more knowledge. That's going to be useful. This is not terrible at all, actually, in around here. So I'll just get rid of that, sorry. Should have kept on going the other way. And there's a dead end there. That's okay. We'll bring them back. We'll start to now plan our attacks. We've got like little groups that we can start to get rid of. So let's start to move these back in around. We should get the next unit fairly soon. We can now have a look and see what we can do in through here. It's going to take a long time before we can get the excavation skills. So I'll have to wait for those. So just merge these armies together. We've got units down there. And still not discovering much about the world. We're going to have to get rid of a lot of units before we sort of do anything. We can bring this one back and our turn there. Yeah, that one's got protection. Let's just go back down. And I think we'll get rid of that quarry to start with. We now have another archer. Okay, so we want to get another one as well. Now there's the constrictor at tier 2. We need to have the keep before we can actually sort of then go and bring these ones in, these polearm units. But another pursuer would be good. Constrictor, yep. So Tome of the Tentacle, polearm unit, but we need the town hall. So we'll close that one off. Nothing else down that way. Just make our way across to this one as well. This will give us a nice area. It would be worthwhile getting outside and establishing another city fairly soon, you know. But we can sort of have a bit of a look to see. But iron deposits, we've got good stuff right in here. Yeah, very good. I think we're going to have to do this and establish a second city. Maybe even... Well, let's get rid of that other unit first. I can then sort of talk a little bit about how combat works in the game and how you can learn how to use the tactical battles. You don't have to play the tactical battles as well. So we now have the first of our skills in through here. So gain 150 knowledge per hero defeated in combat. That will be good eventually, but let's just save up our Imperium a little bit longer until we sort of find other things. We haven't found any free cities, which is unusual as well. Now we've got constricting focus. This will be for battle mage units and support units. We don't actually have any yet, but let's just go and do it anyway for when we start to bring them in. Now we can annex our first province, and in this case, we don't want to do this one because it's actually been occupied, and we don't then get the benefit of the iron deposit until we actually get rid of that particular group. Can't get the farm in here, but then we really then miss out on the other things. I think I'm going to grab myself a quarry here, which does give me bonuses that we end up having. So let's have a quick look inside now. There's 4 turns now, so we've saved ourselves a couple of turns with that one because of getting the quarry. I tend not to worry too much about these, which are, you can see there, this is actually affects units for scouts and things like that. I don't really need that one. Other things we've got Banful Curse, so Sunder Defense, Sunder Resistance, and Weakened. That would be fairly good for us. And Retaliating Growths, so target friendly unit gains Retaliating Growths for 2 turns, and then what that one does is a 60% chance to inflict Constricted for 1 turn with its base melee attack. That would be good, actually. Unlimited Retaliation, that's not bad. I think we might go that way. And we've got orders required back and through here. We want to go and clear out this area. We're not good at underground. This is where I could actually send this one the other way. Let's have a quick look and see. We'll do a quick evaluation. These are only all tier 1 units. They're worth 239 points. Our group is worth 335 already. I think having the hero part of the attack is going to be useful. Let's just go and do that. Piglet, not going to be able to make it into the fight. End our turn. It's day 6. Just in case I've dropped anything or forgotten anything. Yeah, we've got that one we have to go and clear out at some point. It's worth just double checking every so often to make sure that something hasn't hidden itself in the map. Spell ready. So we'll cast this one. There's no one that can actually do this one, so we'll just enchant it anyway. Just go continue. It doesn't cost us anything until we start to get support units. Now we've got this one as well. So I want this one to go back outside and establish an outpost at some point. So what I want to do with this one is actually just leave it like so it can get away. If I go and attack this one, you'll notice that it's a low risk battle, but this one didn't highlight. If I move in one more hex and move this one in as well, when I now do it, you can see that they both highlight. So they will both be part of the attack, but this one will still be able to then move back away fairly well. In fact, what I could do if I wanted to would be to move, say, this one in, move these back out a little bit to be with the leader, and just attack with this one unit. And what this one does, just to explain sort of what's going to be going on, the central area, whoever attacks takes a central point, and this will be off on one of the side flanks with the attack. But it means that this one, I've still got all the movement of this one to then move it back out of the way once we actually clean this one out. So if there were any hidden units, they would then show themselves at this point now that we've got a unit next to it. So in this case, we've got ourselves a warrior, this is going to be a shield unit, which is going to be defensive. We've got a couple of shock units, a bit like us as well, with charge strikes. These do blight damage. And we also have an Inferno Puppy, which is just a basic fighter unit. A lot of animal units are just fighters. The charge, you actually end up picking up more damage the further you travel. So in this case, we'll just go in with our Dark Knight. Now, you can see there it's a safe battle. We've got 465 points going in against 239 points. If you don't want to fight, and play the fight out, you can just do an auto combat. So if you're not wanting to play the combat out, just do it that way. It does a good job. In fact, what it does do with the auto combat is it plays out the whole combat. And you can learn a lot from the AI just by looking at what the AI does. In fact, let's just do it, because we can always... One of the great things about Age of Wonders is it knows that the tactical battles can be fairly onerous and fairly difficult. So what it does do is it always allows you to retry the battles. So you can keep on trying until you get what you think is a good result with what you've got. So let's just see what happens with auto combat. In this case, we took a bit of damage with our units. The Dark Knight didn't take any damage at all. It went up a level by the looks of things. If we have a look, we got victory in through here. We killed off all of their different units, and we can just watch the replay. So if you can retry if you're wanting to, you can watch the replay. If we just go and have a look and see what actually happens in through here. I'll play it fairly fast, but this is often a good way to see what's going on. In fact, what I might do is I might even just sort of I can play it sort of like at double speed or even at 4 times playback speed to see what's actually going on as the maneuver happens. Now, if you're wanting to find out what is actually going on, and that gets you out of it there. There should be a way to pause it, I think. I thought there was a way to pause it. Maybe there's not. You see little things about what's actually happened in here, different effects going in. You can also bring up the like a combat history to see what's actually happening in the actual combat. I was sure there was a way to pause this, but I can't think of what it is. I'm not sure. Anyway, you can pick up tips by watching what does go on and what they do. Pausing would certainly be helpful. In this case, we can't really do that. But anyway, I'll just get rid of that one. And when you're finished, you can then just go back out. But again, if you don't like the result, like if you're thinking, oh, I took too much damage, just go back and retry. And then you can actually play it out. I won't do the retrying. That one's a bit too easy. So let's just go and close that one off. But you do have options for the combat. Don't feel that you have to always fight them. I like fighting, but in this case, I won't bother. Just close that one. We haven't claimed that, but we've freed it up. Now we want to move this one back out because we want to get this one as outside as quickly as possible. Start to move this one back out of the way. At least that's now been sort of removed from the game, and we want to get out up top here. There's a lot going on here. There's the Watchtower. Let's have a bit of a look and see if there's anything else we can see around the place. We're not seeing any spawners, which is interesting. Quite often there'll be sort of like spawners around the place. One way of seeing a spawner very easily is to look at the skull and crossbones that you see around the place. If they're white, it means that they're defenders, they're guards. If they're red, it means that they're spawners or that they're moving. So two different types of I guess, independent forces on the map. But anywhere where you see a white, it just means that they're not going to be moving around. They're just going to be staying where they are until they're defeated. But if they're red, it means they can be moving around. So just be aware of that with all of these different sorts of creatures. Okay, we'll end our turn there. And we do have some more knowledge there, which is useful. Actually, there's more there as well, but there may be units there. Let's just see if there is. Okay, we picked up production, which is very, very handy for us. We produced the workshop and the pursuer as well. So the workshop has now been produced, which is going to then mean that when we go in to build things, at least it's a lot faster now than what it was before, like a hell of a lot faster. So the storehouse will then give us the growth to allow us to then sort of build things up. So let's go with the storehouse. We do need the forester. The shrine is boosted now, so we can go and grab the shrine to give us mana. That may be worthwhile. Are we going to bother with a forester? We're probably not, to be honest. So maybe I'll get the storehouse just to get the growth. The more food we have, the faster the growth is, the more of these other provinces we then pick up. So let's just go that way. As far as the units are concerned, I am thinking still more pursuers. One more pursuer. Let's go with that. Start to sort of build up. Produce another pursuer there. Now we need to find a good location for a city. Let's just move out. We'll spread out a little bit as well. There's another watchtower over there which would be useful to grab. There's I noticed that there was like a special resource over here, silver tongue fruit. Should be good. It's just pastures. That's going to give us more growth. A couple of gold veins in through there. Iron deposits for us are going to be fairly important. It may be worth... This little area in here looks fairly good in terms of what we can then go and get. It's good everywhere, actually, really. It's good everywhere. This one in... Oh, there we go. There's another silver tongue fruit there. And it's magic material. Yeah, that's not going to help us all that much. Because we haven't found any free cities, so that's not going to really make that much difference. But it may be that we still end up just going down this way. There's a lot in this area that we could then go and choose and pick. More growth. Iron deposits, mana. Let's More mana there as well. I think all of these little areas are going to be quite good for cities. Maybe we'll get our second city back in here somewhere. So we will need to protect these as well as we come in. Yeah, I think we'll move off this way. Don't have any more movement there. Gore-Tusk Piglet, we'll move that one up. We'll move this one up as well. End our turn. Right, day 8. And we now know that we've got lava lakes. So it's not actually it's not like a lava divide. We just have large lakes. This is a fairly interesting way of playing. You end up with lots of choke points, which is fairly cool. And we're just on one big land mass. Okay, so retaliating growths. Select new research. I think we'll get the Tendril Labyrinth now. Which way do we go? We've got a couple there which are fairly good. I might go this way just for the next city. So a bit of a look and see where we are, what we can do. Yeah, so that's inside this area. There's some good ones in here. I think we'll actually just come across and set up in here, actually, which is close to all of these different things. Oh, needed the diluted Zessen. So count Acheronus tracks of the free city of Zessen. So we have found a free city. How can you be so evil? How can you sleep whilst those that cower in fear? I may not have a chance of defeating you, but I have a responsibility to all the people. So they start at war. So be it. So they're actually, that is a free city that has been established over here. A fairly big one, actually. Now, do we still build something? Maybe we build it here. Just come back. Then we'll deal with. We'll come over here. We'll establish one in here, which will still allow us to encroach out this way, with a couple of different things. There's lots of iron mines, which is good for us because of our poor growth. At least there are free cities. That's interesting. God, there's so much stuff on this map. All right. Another pursuer. So we're going to establish in here. Yep, so this is a highlight. This is one that we can actually then go and establish. Explore, wait one turn, that's not what we want. Yeah, here we go. Build outpost. 2 turns. So we'll build that one. It's nice and central around all these different areas. We can grab another province here now. So we can grab another of the quarries, which I think would still be okay. I can grab a forester here, which will then give me more boosters. I can grab a mine as well. I think I'm going to grab the quarry. Let's do that. Let's grab the quarry. Now we can bring one more unit back this way. Just turn it off so we don't get interrupted with that. And what we'll do is we'll just keep these sort of together, and we'll start to now whittle away at the different forces that are protecting everything in through here as well. So now that's sort of been established, we can then go back. Actually, I should have left them close to where we were. I can still do that. So we can actually go and fight this one here. It's a safe battle. What are we up against with that one? Crocodile, yeah, level 1. There's a couple of the Inferno Hounds back in through here. And a giant beetle. I think we can just auto this one. Here we go. Friend or foe. So as your troops engage the group of fiends, it becomes apparent that you have been conjuring a portal to. They have been conjuring a portal to withdraw. The Inferno Hound, apparent leader of the gathering, casts a shrewd eye over your army. Seeing that there is scant hope of survival, it beckons its own troops to sit. Yeah, so would you allow them to summon the portal to Obedaeth, so infernal world ruled by demonic princes, and leave these lands? Begone then, fiends, and do not return. Now, this is a good alignment, but we're going to kill them all. So we're just going to go forward, or we should be able to just do an auto battle. I don't mind so much if the Gore Tusk Piglet dies, but this is okay. I'm happy enough with that result. So we won't do the actual. We won't play that out just yet. All right. Now we can't really move this one back. The others are all actually okay, and we do actually have to level up now. So we'll just go and level up our ruler. One of the good things you can get fairly early on in support is just Inspiring Leader, which makes the unit's upkeep a lot less. So let's just go and grab that one, confirm that one initially. Close, and that way we're just going to get more gold and mana as well when we start to have units that require mana. God, there's such a collection of things in here. I might go the other side here, just see what else we can find. So everyone started underground, we know that. Realm of the Frost Queen. So, a unique Pantheon Quest. So, defeat the Frost Queen. So, Frost Queen Artica regards you with contempt, weighing the relevance of your intrusion into her realm. I shall not suffer the presence of pretenders to my realm. Stay out of my way, and perhaps you'll survive the cold long enough. This is going to be hard for us. This is going to make life fairly difficult. This realm will be ours. This is actually one of the presence traits that we now have. So, when we go back out, we'll then see that this is now going to show a presence trait. Just say goodbye. And so it's come through here. Domain of the Frost Queen has been revealed as one of the presences. So realm trait discovered. And this is, she starts off with 2 additional cities, as well as her throne city. And the Frost Queen's minions gain frostling transformation. So these are all going to be frostlings. And if we can defeat Artica, we win the game. That's going to be the name of the game, basically. So we've got that one. We've got the storehouse in through here has now been established. We can just come through. We've got a shrine is boosted. The blacksmith is boosted. Now this one, we get a starting rank to every tier 1 unit. We don't need extra units just yet, although it wouldn't be bad. But some of these, we can get this in 3 turns. We can now, we've got 3, we're not getting this one boosted, so I think we'll wait for that one. Stonemason requires farm. The shrine is the quarry. That one requires a forester. Granary is a forester. That's a quarry. Farms there as well. Farms are going to be hard for us. We'll get the shrine. Maybe. Actually, I might wait now. Another Outrider. Don't really need them. These are 8 upkeep per turn. They're going to get stronger and stronger over time. You know, I think I might just keep on building up these basic armies. They're not bad at all. You know, we have... this province will become ours next turn, so we're going to be able to heal up fairly well in here. Yeah, there's another easy one for us. So we'll move that one over. You can see 591 versus 281. We'll just do an auto combat. Now, we lost our Gore-Tusk Piglet. I'm not overly concerned about that, to be honest. It just ends up being a waste of resources, so I'm going to allow that to happen. I could have played it out where we don't have that happen, but I'm happy with that one, so we'll just go and close that one off. So we've now got this one as well. For when we're ready, we'll just move this one back in. We don't control this just yet, but next turn we will. So that's all okay. Less resources that we have as a drain. End our turn. There's Articus Forces. So they control this edge of it, which is close to where we sort of, as far as we got. So they've got a presence out this way. Now, that is just a scout. And they've just got themselves a lesser snow spirit through there. We can have a look at this one here. These are gnarled frostlings backing through this other side. Looks like humans, I'm thinking. So we've got the frosting transformation. Immune to frozen. That's going to be okay. I don't think we have to worry too much about, like, if we see Artica herself, then that's going to be an issue. But she may be on the other side of the map for all we know. We've got a hero offering to join. So, the important thing when you're choosing these is to have a look and see what they do. So minus 20% unit upkeep in through here, which is actually fairly good. So magical caretaker. So that would be a good one for us. Also magic user. Protector. So adjacent friendly units gain defense and resistance. We don't really need that one. And intimidating back and through here is at the end of this unit's turn, adjacent enemy units have a 90% chance of losing 5 morale. That would be okay, but I think that this one here, Soroth the Searcher, is one that we'll actually go and pick up. This one has also got a Frost Orb, which is useless to us. So we don't want the Frost Orbs. It does Frost Bolts because we're dark. We sort of go that way, and that's not going to be any good against Artica at all. So we're going to have to try to find something different for this particular mage, but at least we have a mage. So we'll go and recruit, and we'll bring this one up as well. And just start to create a second army. Now we can now start to excavate. So we definitely want to grab that one when we can. We also then have free cities with a Whispering Stone. Now we haven't given a Whispering Stone to anyone. We haven't even used it ourselves, which is I should have really done that. Yeah, this one we can't do it. Free cities we haven't really come across them. So I think I'll just leave that one where that is. And it does mean that we can now go downstairs, or in the underground, and start to excavate, which I will be wanting to do. So when we get the next unit in through here, the Dark Warrior, I'll get that one to start to excavate around the place. Shrine coming in one more turn. I might even send a scout down underground again as well once it's done its thing. Outpost has now been founded. This now creates a border for us. We want this to become a city though. So we found a city of gracious ill-doers. This one's going to cost me 200 Imperium, which is okay. Now if I go with the Palisade Walls, it's going to take 3 turns for that one, but it does give me a better fortification at the start. But I think I want to get the benefit of the city as fast as possible. So let's go with that one there. Now, all the healing, if we spend 1 turn in here, we're going to heal up a little bit more effectively. I think we're going to focus on this other location before we do much else. Let's just keep them where they are for now. We really haven't found much else here at all. It's really quite a benign, existence here, except that we've got Artica to contend with. Artica is really the biggest threat. There's a lot of goodies on the map, though. It's an extremely rich map. So if we can get a few more cities, like get as many cities as we can established away from Artica, that would be good. We'll end our turn here. In fact, I'll probably end this in the episode here. In fact, yeah, they've now taken that location from us. We will have to be a little bit careful, but we should still be okay for a little while. So we've still got 2 turns before this one comes up. And so this one here is, like, there's a fair few units in this particular one, but it's not going to really worry us too much. So we'll just do an auto combat. Now we did lose a unit, and this is now when I don't want to be losing units. So we are going to replay this particular battle, but I'll do that in the next episode. So stick around, or wait. I'm going to stick around because I'm going to play it right now. But I'll start the next episode here. I'll be uploading every day or 2, I guess, initially, and then sort of spread them out a little bit over time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and please like and subscribe if you like this sort of content. And when we come back in, we'll do a retry, and we'll just go through what we should have or could have done differently in this particular fight. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you then.